Hello again and welcome. This is Modern American Gangster, and this is the final news and current events of July. So, the date is 7/28/26. Year is half over, the month is over, rolling into the end of summer. Got a month and a half. So I wanted to do a quick news and current events and check in with people and let them know that a lot's changed since the last video. However, we do have some things to report on. So I have 100%, well, it's about 98% done. Secret societies, internal orders, and control groups is completed. It's on Patreon and subscribe and watch it there. I have also released the audio only version and digital download. So if you want to check it out now, go on Patreon, subscribe for $6.99 a month, I think, or $5.99 a month. It's only 5 or 6 months. And you can check it out. In the PDF book version will be out, adding a few more things I didn't add when I was doing the final version, but that'll be out really soon. And it's a game changer. I had more problems getting this documentary out than any other video I've ever done. It took me 5 days to upload it to Patreon. I would upload it same way I upload all my videos, and it would be some kind of a GOP file error. So that took me 5 days to fucking fix this problem, which I still don't even know what the problem was. But something about the frame rate and I wrote Patreon, I was writing all these people, I was running my files through the same program I always use. And I don't know, it was just non-stop problems. So I got it all done, got it all on there. There's going to be a lot of new trailers, a lot of new previews. I'm going to be doing more segments talking about it. And a lot of information in there. Pretty much, there's no way to interpret the information in a different way other than every single secret society has a Jewish connection. And maybe they all don't have the Jewish connection now as of 2026 because they have, what if it was a secret society, it was exposed. But when these organizations are founded, there's a Jewish secrecy and occultism to everything. And this is why they have 5,000 secret society, which is basically just Jewish in the end. That's where every single secret society goes. From Scientology to Mormonism to Freemasonry, from the Illuminati to the everything is a secret way of installing Jewish ideas into your community, into your town, into your family and your community and your town and your community. This is what they do over and over again. Second they're exposed over here, they go over there and start a new secret society, which is all somehow rooted in Jewish beliefs, Talmudic beliefs. Uh, it all goes there. There is always like two sides to the Jews. Is like the satanic Talmudic Jews and the satanic atheist Science Jews. And these two Jewish organizations are the backbone of everything within our culture. And are we going to get rid of these people? Are we going to awaken to this? I don't know. Some days I think man, people are waking up, and then some days not. But I just read another interesting thing that said that more than half of the internet traffic, bots, fake accounts, AI driven accounts. So when you look at the internet, and the internet is like half Jewish, half racist, half whatever. It's all of the people. Because the other half, opposing the real view, is the bots. Jewish, satanic bot army. And this is how they want to determine the way in which reality is going to be itself. Is through the general public, general population mindset, which is the bot view. If the artificial point of view given to us by these controller people, whether they're Jews, Israel, reptilians, lizard people, demons, demonic entities, aliens, extraterrestrial, multi-dimensional, they're trying to sway general consensus. And it doesn't matter how many people wake up. They'll just create that many more bots and artificial people to disagree and say it's the opposite. And people are slowly, I mean, it's just like, I guess it depends on the people. If you live close to the city, probably less awake and aware people. Further out from the city center, you get more awake and aware. And then that goes only so far before you get into the, out into the country and the sticks, where then, you get more of a boomer mindset. All the programming the boomers had, because they were like the generation that was programmed and then dispersed to spread the programming throughout their kids and their kids, and the youth, and all these people. And this is why so many people have the same ideas, everything. It all just comes from the same spot. So when I was doing my first book, The Great Awakening Timeline of Historical Events, Great Awakening Continued Points of Study, I was going through history textbook, actual history textbook that I use in school. And every single thing is just like, this is what the general consensus reported about this event, and then that's it. When you look into any particular event on anything in the history book, it's all made up and not real. It's a very small portion of what happened. And that ties into it really happened, you investigate, you figure it out, you're like, oh my God, and it's all the same people. And then you research the same people, and they'll tell you, no, 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 it was the Masons, it was the Illuminati, it was this, it was that, it was that, it was this. And those all go to the same spot. So it's like, if a man is right, his world will be right. And if you are speaking the truth, fact by fact, there's no disputing this at all. Okay, you can pull up your textbook, and if you want to deeply get into any topic, that's not what they're telling you. And the general consensus people don't care. busy, they're working, they gotta work, they gotta work, they gotta work, they gotta work. They get done working, they gotta get back, they gotta watch the game, and then they gotta go back to work. It's an endless mindset. Control, propaganda that keeps people, obedient worker class, serving these people. And when you talk to the people who you're supposed to be, serving them, they fucking hate your guts. They hate fucking all white Christian people. All white Christian people to be killed in their mind, in their eyes. And if you suggest opposite, you are the worst person ever, because nothing should ever justify a white person having any sort of thoughts or ideas. So the new documentary is done. It's massive weight off my shoulders. There is lots of little small videos that I can release over the next month or month and a half or whatever. And then I may just get enough to just release it and be done. Want to get the final what really happened video. What really happened to 1925 to 2025. That will consolidate this research. It will complete this research, and then we're at the end. And, I thought by now somebody would have found this, somebody would have shared this, I would have had something kind of go viral. I would have had, even if they're making some of my videos go viral by mocking them, I figured this would have kind of went somewhere by now. But it is so shadow banned, everything. You can't even post on Bitchute. I write to Bitchute people, tell them, hey, there's no video playing on my videos. It's just the audio. It's the same file I upload on all these platforms. And now all of a sudden I started doing the Secret Societies video and everything is shut down. It won't let me post anything. And, the other day I was on Rumble looking at my older videos, and like none of them would play. It would just play the bullshit fucking ads would thing, which you can't opt out of the grass. On Rumble, that is going to be my number one priority is getting the fucking ads off because they don't pay you anything. They've owed me $50 for like 2 years. None of the money ever comes in. So figuring out how to like demonetize the videos so the controllers or the commercials don't play is like a whole thing you got to do because these commercials have to play in like 4K resolution. So you're watching a video in 480p, and then it jumps to some 4K commercial about some fucking outlet that you never knew that you needed, and it just crashes the video. So that's the number one thing is I want to demonetize all my videos. They're not going to pay you any money anyway. And it's just like everything is a fucking ordeal. To fucking do any one little thing, you think there'd be just a thing to get rid of you. No, you got to go through the whole process. And, I have like 200 videos. I got to go through each video, demonetize them one at a time. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I might just try to demonetize the documentary videos because they are horrific when you're watching video and you're getting interrupted by these dumb commercials all the time. But I'm working on that. Okay, so we're getting to the end here. If you don't see it, I don't know what you've been paying attention to, but this whole Israeli shifting gears. This whole Israel integrating their military with ours is the final New World Order step. And they're telling everybody this is what's going to happen. You better like it or else. And people aren't going along with it. But the whole contempt for everyone else, because there is so much division, there's no uniting anywhere. The black community is a mess. The Hispanic community is a mess. The white people are guilty for every crime ever. Many to each other, and families have been broken apart because of Trump. And I mean, it's just like no one is united. Now, one cause we want to keep behind, unite, rally, yes, is Israel. We all have to love Israel. We have to support them. They are chosen by God. It doesn't matter if you're an atheist, you still have to believe that God chose these people special. And they are so special. They can do whatever they want. Should every Western NATO country to die for these people. And it's just like they're making out for the Third World War. And the economy is going to collapse. And this is going to happen. All this is still going to happen. It's just like they're kicking the can down the road to like 2030 because they know once they lose power and control, it's gone forever. And the Jews have been doing this since this old world fell. They have this plan to completely reinvent this entire Tartaria into this new satanic world order where you lose your freedom, but you've got your liberty. You can do whatever you want on Saturday and Sunday, and then you got to work 50 hours a week on Monday through Friday. And it's just like this. Is this where we want to go, people? And the Crypto Clarity Act is going to be signed. Any minute it's going to be signed. And it's passed the House and it passed the House and they've reorganized it and they're re-looking at it. They're looking at it again. And the Crypto Clarity and the sponsorship and the clarity. And you're going to get this done. And the price of XRP is going to go up. And the price of everything's going to go whatever. Okay? You've been told about the XRP. I told you, everyone told you. It's going to be your last chance to get it before whatever happens. Whatever it is, we're getting close. I mean, they keep going. Aliens, aliens, aliens. Israel, Israel, Israel. England is scared. You want to? Is Trump the best president that we've ever had? Oh, this is so great. And where's our tariff money? Where's our stimulus money? Where's our COVID money? Where's our stuff from the tax refunds? Where's this? Where's the? Well, wow, we got to make sure Iran doesn't get the nuclear bombs, people. Oh, okay. I mean, it's the same weapons of mass destruction bullshit they fed you when they went into Iraq, and people just are too stupid. They have too much spite or contempt for the truth, or they have too much contempt for themselves because they themselves don't really care. And this is just the country fades away. They're going to lock up the dish soap and lock up the shavers and lock up the shampoo and lock up and just people don't see this is all part of the same agenda that they've let get so out of hand where the only solution is digital ID, no freedom of speech, you know, wireless central bank digital currencies. This is where it's all going to get to very soon. And you warn the people about the Freemasons and the Jews and all this stuff, and they just think it's not real and it's just a big joke. And then it's so obvious that it's real, they admit it's real, and the general consensus doesn't change because the general consensus is 20 plus years behind us. I mean, these people still don't know anything about 9/11, that it was this big Jewish fucking scam to get everyone into the Iraq war and all this stuff. And it's just like, they're going to do it again. They're going to do the same thing they always do. Every time it's the same thing, and people just act like it's not. It's a different thing. So, I don't know. The main thing I wanted to get across say was that the video is done. It is amazing. I got a whole new system of doing the videos. I'm using this AI voicer thing, and it's just once you figure out how to do all this stuff, the time for making the videos is cut down to like nothing. So over the next month, you only get so many credits when you're doing your AI text to speech kind of thing. But it's going to make putting out more videos, shorter videos, in a quicker time, a lot more polished, a lot more professional. And I've got a bunch of new funny ideas that I'm going to use this AI for. And it's like, you can do anything and slip by block quickly. So, I want to do like cat videos. We're going to do cat videos. I don't really want to ruin the gag, but I got a lot of funny ideas to like put subliminal messaging in with stuff. It's gonna be really funny, fun thing. And that's about it. The summer is winding down. Excuse me, my hiccups. We're getting ready to shift gears into winter prep because the summer here is not that summery. So I'm guessing it is going to be a longer winter this year, which means more firewood, more prep, more everything that you want to do. Which, we got to do it every year, but I still am prepped up pretty good for last year because last year the summer came like early and the winter wasn't so bad, so I didn't burn as much wood. So this year I'm gonna get some stuff going, get that all prepped up, get this video out. There is, I think, 21 segments in the Secret Societies, Fraternity Orders, and Control Groups video. I didn't record 4 or 5 of them, so I'll do like a bonus unreleased footage or something, but I got all the audio files uploaded. I'm gonna release the individual audio files. I'm going to release the PDF, slideshow version. I've got all this stuff ready to come out. And I've been working on this for like 5 or 6 months. It just seems like God, I've been working on this for so long. It's finally done. We can finally check it off the list. And I think it turned out great. I'd love to enter these into some sort of video contest, but if you name the Jew in the video, it's not going anywhere because the people who pick and judge these things are boomers, and boomers love Israel and Jews more than they love their own kids. Okay, these boomer MAGA people love MAGA more than they love their own kids, their grandkids. It's just such a lost generation of people who are just spiteful and they don't care and they don't give a fuck if 10 people die as long as they get a little something extra. And that's the philosophy. That's the Masonic philosophy they fed everybody. You know, you deserve more because you're the ruling class. You live in the green zone. You're the fucking, it's just disgusting. Horrible people, the worst people ever. These are the people who will tell you one thing and then go and do the exact opposite, and then like it's your fault. But we're going to out them. I think they're all pretty much outed. And that's the other thing is if you're not in the same class as these people, you don't interact with them, but they stick out so obviously. We know who they are. We know who they serve. We can tell their whole Judeo-Christian agenda, and they're pro Netanyahu and all this bullshit. It's disgusting. And we're headed for the last moment. where you better choose. Are you going to pick Israel? Or are you going to let the American country die for Israel? Because once you integrate foreign militaries with our government, there's no country. There's no all enemies, foreign and domestic. Well, what about our friend Israel? What can we give a pass to them? Which I think this is all bullshit, smoke and mirrors kind of bullshit thing, where they're just going to force this choice onto the people. Do you support joining Israel with America, or are you a racist white supremacist who thinks, it should stay the same? And it's just like they put you on everything. And this is the last little bit. Um, this fucking Netanyahu is going to address the country and tell people they just better fucking like it. Because Israel is fucking so great and they're chosen. And they've blackmailed every one of your people in the government. They own the government. They own your whole governing class of people from every fucking town and city. If you're in the masonry, you're Jewish. Okay? It's a Jewish convert to their satanic ideas. So in the temple, you may think, well, my grandpa was a Mason. Your grandpa was a Jewish Satanist. Okay? Behind closed doors, you don't want to know what they're doing in these lodges. It's not good. It's not worshiping anything other than satanic evil and darkness. And pedophilia and rape and murder and torture and adrenochrome and money laundering and drug trafficking and child trafficking and sex trafficking and every fucking thing under the sun is controlled by these people. Organized crime and the street gangs and the mafia and all that. Jewish, Jewish, Jewish. Always Jewish. You look at Black Lives Matter. Who runs Black Lives Matter? Like 3 black people and 12 Jews. And if anything goes wrong, who's going to get caught? 3 black people. This is how it goes, and this is how it's been going. We think it's a big conspiracy. We've got to research this, and we got to look into it. We got to research it some more. And man, I don't know. Is it the Zionists? Is it the communists? Is it the socialists? Is it the Democrats? Is it the Republicans? Is it the no? It's the satanic, evil, pedophile Jews. The same as it's been for 250 years, and 1,000 years before that, and 1,000 years before that, all the way going back to the Garden of Eden, where you find the serpent reptilian demon convincing the women to fucking bend and eat the apple. Fucking bitch. And well, this is where we're at. And just like you can tell people till you're blue in the face, they don't really care. Now, do they not care because these aren't real people and there aren't really a lot of real people? Because the real people I seem to interact with all seem to get it. Okay? Maybe they can't explain it back to you. Maybe they can't explain it. They can see it and they understand it when you explain it to them. It's very simple to understand. If you get over the racism and the anti-Semitism and the sexism and all this stuff, seems like we knew all this stuff back before the boomers took power. And since the boomer generation took power, people don't get that black people aren't really equal to white people. Some of them are nice, not all of them. They're not the same. Same with the Indians and everyone else. These people, you look at their country of origin, and it's just like, dude, we are not the same at all. And then you go to westernized Christian countries that are white predominantly. And yeah, it's a little different, but it's pretty much the same things you've come to see in your town. Hot water, running water, sewage systems, food on demand, whatever you want. And you go to their country, and none of that's there. They're all making diarrhea stew on the street with their feet, and, barbecuing monkeys on a stick. And just, I mean, it's just like the worst of the worst. But the boomer people tell you, no, there is no difference. It's just skin color and all this bull. It's just like everything they were taught was like a propaganda taught to them that they were taught under force of physical pain and torture. You don't believe the Jews are the chosen people? Man, we went over this last week or something, but it's like this programming is in their head where they wouldn't even think to attempt to question any of the stuff they were taught about the globe, and Israel, and NATO, and World War II, and Hitler, and the Nazis, and socialists, and the Bolsheviks, and the communist regime, and the Mao Zedong killing 60 million people. And who were his advisors? Jew people. Always a Goldstein and a Stein and a fucking all these people. It's just like, how are you going to dispute this? I've never found any boomer that knows shit about anything. And if you ask them about this stuff, they don't know. They don't know, and they don't care. Schindler's List showed them that, you know, Nazis are bad. Okay. And then you go, yeah, I agree that the Nazis were fucking bad. They were Jewish. Oh my God, how could you say that? 6 million Jews, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like the pull string response. 6 million Jews, the Holocaust. He turned my grandpa into soap and a lampshade. And, you know, they only had brass section in the orchestra. They didn't have a lot of stringed instruments from the war. The Holocaust was the worst thing ever. The pool was only heated a small amount, so it was still cold. They didn't have any jacuzzis in the concentration camps. They only had basic generic swimming pool. And the movie theaters there, the sound, it wasn't in Dolby 2.5 surround sound. It was only very small speakers in the front. The Holocaust was the worst ever. They only had a couple kinds of pastry desserts to have. And the nurseries, where the nurseries weren't up to stuff. I mean, yeah, I get it. It's a concentration prison death camp, but God, don't you think they could have had some more lullaby music playing? And the doctors can only deliver 3 babies a day there. I mean, it was such a horrible place. Meanwhile, you look at I mean, it's just like everything. Look at what the fucking Jewish government does to people. It's 10 times worse than anything that they make up with this Holocaust bullshit. Well, everybody knows that. Everybody can see it and know it, and you can do the math on the calculator about the 6 million. It's an impossible number that they could never even achieve. But the perception is held by Jews, the Zionist occupation, because they control the media, which is the propagation tool they use to change the perceptions of the people to keep them wherever they're at. And it's just like, it's the same thing over and over again. Why won't these people wake up? Well, I think it's because you're not giving them the opportunity to wake up. Forcing people to go to work and pay their bills and all this stuff, they have no money and they are forced to be slave force for the New World Order agenda. If this financial change happens with the quantum financial system, and that is backed up by the quantum voting system and the quantum education system, and all this stuff is going to be a way for people to escape this New World Order agenda. And when that happens, now, if your bills are paid, you have the money, now it's on your It's on you can educate yourself to the highest level imagined, or you don't have to do that. And you can just sit around and watch pornography and play games, and hang out, smoke drugs, and drink, and have a good time. Yeah, you can do that if you've done the hard work. If you haven't, you're just deaf, dumb, blind, stupid. You're just a tool of anyone who can play you. And we're moving to the time where, like, the school system is completely overrated. You don't need to go to high school or anything. Why? What do they teach you? If I was people and raising kids after junior high, I would immediately be getting my kids into like your GED program. So right when you graduate, like 8th grade, right, you need to immediately be studying for your GED, take the GED, get into the workforce. And in the 4 years you're in the workforce before all the people getting out of high school, you'll be the manager. I mean, it's just like there's tons of ways to do this, but people aren't going to do it. People are in high school and they can't read. So it's like if you can't read and you're in high school, what are you going to go back to 5th grade? Like Billy Madison or something? No, you're out. Get them the fuck out. If you can't read and you failed out in freshman year, you're out. You're a dropout. Go away. Okay? It's up to you. You can go on the internet and learn how to read instantly. I guarantee you, type in adult needs to learn how to read. Enter. And I guarantee you there'll be 40 fucking channels of people teaching you how to read. The same with learning to speak Spanish, automotive repair, or anything. How do you change the oil on an 89 Civic? Oh, okay, it's very simple. You need a couple tools. Okay. Whatever it is. How do you fix the sink from leaking? My sink keeps dripping. Oh, very easy. Here's a video on it. What faucet do you have? What does it look like? Oh, it's got the two handles on the side. Okay, you take this little thing, you pop it off, you clean it out. It might need an O-ring or something. Done. Fixed. But people are just like, oh, it's not my fucking problem. And that's the main problem is when the financial thing comes, when the powers return to the people, are the people going to want to educate themselves to figure out what happened? How did this happen? How do we keep this from happening again? If the quality of life goes way up and you remember back, like, why was it so bad before? What happened? Caused it to be so bad that we couldn't buy cereal? Well, X, Y, and Z. J to the E to the W. This is the problem. Whenever you people get into anywhere, this happens over and over again. It's not like, oh, how did this happen this time with the child pedophilia and stuff? That's how. Everywhere they go, this happens. The debt increases, the children become property, chattel, and objects, and the elderly become objects, and everyone becomes an object and a tool. And if you're not used, they euthanize you, they kill you, they get rid of you, or they eat you, or they drink your blood, or they whatever it is. So I just wanted to wrap up, finish this up. It was just getting this video done. It's like all that's been on my mind for the past 5 months. So hopefully this is done. I'm gonna have lots of segments to release, and that's gonna help me focus on other projects. I have so many things I want to do. It's just fucking the time, just the days fly by, the weeks fly by, the month. I mean, it was just July 4th. I was hustling to get this July 4th special done, and then it's like now it's August. I want to do like a hot August nights, end of the summer kind of thing, and release this documentary and do some more previews and stuff. But it's just like, I don't know. Maybe now that the video is done, I can concentrate more on ideas of things I want to do. And, I got Mr. Saccavello. He's got a little bit of a beef with me over hiring this voice actor guy. And supposedly Mr. Saccavello and the gentleman I used to record the videos have some pre-existing beef that I got to get into and figure out. So there's always something, there's always a problem, and it's just like, that's fine. We gotta keep going until it's over. We don't have to do this anymore. So that's about it. Look for that new video. Secret Societies, Fraternal Orders, and Control Groups. It's on Patreon. You could buy the documentary for $7.99. Um, I just realized I got the audio track. We'll figure it out. But if you want to check it out, it's on there. All that information is on there. I'm going to be uploading all this content and information and videos to the max. Max out. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Not much news and current events. I just wanted to get the news and current events on video and all this stuff out. We're waiting on, we're at a titular point in everything with this Israel integration of the military. We're at a turning point with this quantum financial system. And it's like everything is going to go at the same time. I think people are starting to realize the old system is going to be shut off forever. That's Israel, that's the US corporation, that's Ukraine, whatever they're telling you. Zelensky's going to meet with Trump again at the White House. This is all fake. People who live near the Strait of Hormuz, this is all fake. There's nothing going on. It's just playing out, watching this old system die. When the old system dies, the new system is already in place. It's been working for years. So don't freak out. Don't live in fear. I think all this is going to work itself out. I do think this is all just a fake thing to show people how bad the influence of Israel and Jews are. That this is what happens to your country, your nation, your planet, your world, your realm. When you let these people operate unchecked and they're just allowed to do whatever you want. Same with black people in the community with all this crime and shit. If you let them do this, they're gonna do it. It's like it's not even an option for them. You can find a black person who makes $300,000 a year, and they still steal and milk and eggs and stuff. It's just in their DNA. They got to do it. They don't care. It's not their country. It's not their civilization. And that's their attitude, is that it's not their problem. Who gives a fuck? And it's like, well, no, we're living in a society here. We're living in a society. That's the point. Is it's like everyone's out for themselves. Okay, whatever. We've seen it. We've heard it. We're going there. Check out the new documentary, and I think you're gonna fucking. There's so much information. It will blow your mind when you go through all this and go, "Wow, these Jews really are bad. They're not your friends. They're not Judeo-Christian. There's no such thing as Judeo-Christian. And Jesus was not a Jew and Jewish, and none of these people were Jewish, okay? That's their fucking scam. But, it's like I know. All right, guys, we'll see you probably August. I'm going to let all this Israel Clarity Act crypto shit play out, and then I'll do a commentary on it after this video is released, and we'll see what happens. All right, thank you guys very much. I'll talk to you later.